Welcome to a game between Red Eagle underscore P1, hereby called Red Eagle, against Shapeshifters. And Red Eagle requested this replay. He wanted to know how to deal with Cloakies, and he himself is going shield bots. So it looks like both of them are starting off with a economic start. Both are making cons for a start, and then some glaives by the Cloaky bot player. Yes. And you can see here that Red Eagle has his commander on high priority. That's good. That means his economy is going to get built first. So the economy is prioritized. And this builder is going to go and reclaim some rocks. That's going to net in some extra metal. Yeah. Personally, I like going air on this map. 0.4 is kind of reliable, but not completely reliable. And here you can see this convict is gonna get scouted. It didn't have any bandits to cover it. Like, if you have a bandit inside, let's see how it goes down. Is this bandit gonna run inside the shield? Yeah, a bit. It helps a bit, but it's quite not enough against, 3 glaives. Like, you can see how you can abuse the shield of the convicts and hide a bandit inside it, but it was already getting a bit drained and the glaives were on top of it. So yeah, but it's a good try. It's like a bit, I'd say it's a bit greedy to go out there and reclaim without scouting or having more bandits around. So yeah, that greed didn't pay off. So yeah, like he didn't know it was, like you can go bandit spam a lot against, here's another con, will he save it? Yeah, I'd say this rogue was a bit early. And yeah, that's one pretty good micro by Shapeshifter going close and inside the shield of the convict. Like, if you're not paying too much attention, you can lose cons quite easily like that. Even the shielded cons there, they go down. So yeah, you have a queue here of of 3 bandits and 1 rogue. I'd say the rogues are a bit early. This is kind of a big map, so you don't really need the rogues unless you're gonna start killing defenses or fighting Romans. Right now, you just need raiders, like bandits are fine. Bandits do good on fight command against glaives. Like, you can put them on fight and they're probably gonna deal with glaives decently cost effective. So it's up to the glaive player, the cloaky bot player, to like catch the bandits out of position so they can like corner them and get into range quickly. Here we have 6 glaives and they might go into, yeah, like you should have seen this earlier. Your bandits should have been here already, like you had your commander here with radar. So yeah, you're a bit slow with the bandits here. And the rogues aren't doing anything here. Yeah, you get a few kills on the way out, yeah. And the commander might be able to clean off 4 glaives. Yeah, 4 glaives, you can clean up 4 glaives easily. It's when it's like 6 or 10 glaives, then you start to worry. And this is getting some raiding done, but yeah. So yeah, at this point you went for a Felon. I don't know, like there's a lot of mexes to take. I would focus more on expanding. I'm not sure what your game plan is by making a Felon. In my opinion, it's a bit early. Like, if you want to go for a base push, you might be able to go for base push and kill him. But if you're not gonna succeed in a base push, you're just gonna get out eco. Like, you can say here that Shapeshifter isn't expanding much, and you haven't actually put any pressure here. Like, Shapeshifter could have been like going here and expanding all over here, but he's kind of slow with his expansion, so yeah. And yeah, this Lotus Earth went down, and here comes a few more glaives to finish off this. Like, you can see here that radar coverage is kind of important, so you can be in position to repair against this. And yeah. So yeah, I would suggest like having just more bandits roaming around the map. You can put them in a fight and they will deal pretty cost effectively with glaives. And you're gonna start expanding your production here. And this is not a good position for the Cloaky bot player. Felon and 2 Lotus turrets easily beats this army. So that's a pretty big loss for Shapeshifter. You can say this Felon already paid off. Like, these 2 wars in the glaives would have killed this otherwise if there was nothing there. So yeah, I guess it was a decent response to the warriors, the reavers. Yeah. If you were saw that and were expecting that, yeah, I guess a Felon makes sense in that regard. Like, rogues can sorta deal, well, they can't really deal with reavers, but they can like force them away and force. But then you also, the rogues can't really go out of like coverage of turrets. And you can see how Shapeshifter is basically only expanding with his commander here. And you get the sneaky little metal extractor. That's nice. Yeah. Shapeshifter is being pretty annoying with his glaive. Like, you need to split up your bandits more and have them ready. And some more radars. Like, what's your radar coverage? You only have your commander for radar. Like, having a radar here would be good, a radar there, or a radar there. Just to cover like these raids coming in. And you're trying to defense push here, that's, I mean, yeah, it depends on how everything else goes. And luckily for you, the raiders aren't going in. This might mean you have time to finish this Felon. But otherwise, yeah, the 6 glaives could have gone in and killed these Lotusers and probably killed, like, these caretakers. So yeah. Yeah, luckily Shapeshifter doesn't react, he doesn't really watch this unit, and your Felon does good work again. And it's probably gonna kill these warriors, but you have it on move command. That might be bad. It might just go straight into the warriors and die. Now it's drained. Just having it on fight would have been better. It looks like it's gonna survive. That's good. Oh, that's not. I didn't want a match, but anyway, you can see here that as a response, Shapeshifter has made some slings. And you're doing some raiding here, that's good, because Shapeshifter was greedy here and didn't even build any Lotus turrets. Yeah, but these slings are gonna keep draining this Felon. Yeah. So the Felon will be pretty much useless in this forward defense. Like, it's a thing you have to consider if you're going against Cloaky bots. They can just turn out a few slings, and they're gonna like beat down your forward defenses. I see you're trying to make a Faraday to keep them off, and that's decent, I guess. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, if the slings get a line of sight on the Felon, they're pretty accurate actually, even against moving targets. So yeah, that's something you have to be like careful about. Oh, and some nice raiding there by Shapeshifter. Yeah, he's a pretty good micro, I have to say. Like, through all this, he went in and hid behind the convex. So yeah, that's pretty good micro by Shapeshifters, I have to say. Like, Shapeshifters seem to have like better multitasking than you, I'd say. So that's the thing. Like, if you want to rely more on raiders, you have to, yeah, improve your micro basically. With your multitasking. Arguably, yeah, this is arguably overbuilding slings, but yeah, they're gonna do the job. And let's see here, he's pretty far ahead now. Now you're still pretty even, that's interesting. So yeah. But you're basically raiding with Felons. This could have been like, how many bandits? Like, yeah, like 8 bandits. And they could have been out here and raiding all these mixes more easily. Oh, and here surprises your commander when it's, yeah, was trying to flee. You self-destructed to destroy the glaives earlier. That's interesting, yeah. Yeah, but it's like, if you don't have a mobile army, it's hard to react. Like, you didn't have a Felon there because it died, but you still have a lot of Felons. Yeah. So yeah. Well, you can see rogues doing good work of cleaning up these defenses. But now you can see slings are kind of decent against shields, like they can drain Felons because they drain the shields and then the Felon is useless. And yeah. I see you're doing a little bit raiding here. I guess, yeah. But you give up after that, so yeah, interesting game. Like, you didn't really get behind until after you lost your commander. But your value were in slow like felons. And it's like, I mean, they're decent riot skirmishes, but they can sort of work against worse opponents, I say. And you might get lucky also and catch all glaives running into your like felon. But if you want to be more offensive, you should be spamming more raiders. Yeah. Yeah, and your commander was like, you have to consider like slings. They will beat defenses pretty well if the enemy decides to make them. So if he starts to make like slings, you need to have like something to keep the slings occupied. In this case, you try to use a felon, but this felon gets hit, the shield gets hit all the time, and then it might die if you don't pay enough attention. So I suggest having some bandits here. They would have like held off and maybe held off the slings so they couldn't kill the defenses there. Yeah. And value killed, yeah, you could see you were ahead in value killed. That's why you were ahead for a bit. Like, he sacrificed some glaives, but that also meant like you got behind in expansion, because while he were building glaives and out expanding you, you were building felons and only defending. So yeah, in order to expand better, you need more bandits. And you can rely on bandits a lot against cloakies. Like, they deal with glaives fine by themselves. It's up to the cloakbot player to like counter them, or like either using glaives to corner the bandits, or use some other unit like reavers, for example. So yeah, I suggest making more raiders and expanding more on a map like this. Yeah, so GG.